Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in, come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Just trying to bring up the comments so I can see who's with me. Yes, Angelic Alchemist Mother, Big Cat Wave, first in the chat. As we dive in, darling dears, as we dive in. The planetary energy. I hope you've got your core ball. We've got work to do here today, guys. The planetary energies are, darling dears. The Scorpio moon adds some bad arsery to the day. It's all about accomplishing right now. Maybe you're making up for lost time. Who knows? But don't burn the candle at both ends, darling dear. You have to make a choice. Take extremely good care of your body today, darling dears. On a personal level, keep your eyes on the prize of your self-care. Never forget the support you're creating and the foundation you're laying is for yourself and others. These are the transits of a lifetime. And today, oh my gosh. Sorry, I had a brain fart then. Sorry, guys. Right. These are the transits of a lifetime. And today, you're aided by your willingness to put your blood, sweat, and tears into what you do and who you love. Whatever is worth the struggle is exactly where you need to focus at this time. Whatever falls away wasn't good enough for you in the first place, darling dear. The universe doesn't have time to play those kind of games with all the work you have to do. Your intelligence and self-awareness will be an asset in making progress today. As you what? You realize when you came off the field and went into the barn, all you do is win. That's what winners do. Win, darling dears. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in and unpack. Carol Mustika, Big Cat Wave, Alexis Holmes, hi. As I was saying, Peter, 1 Peter 4:10, darling dear. Each big cat should use whatever gift you have received to serve others. This is what it's about, darling dear. The give back. This is how you get back what you truly deserve. Anything you lost, you'll get it back 100-fold. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. Anyhow, you are, darling dear. You're a big cat. You are chosen by your ancestral team. You are fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. And you are a steward of God's grace in its various forms, darling dears. Not everyone comes into their gift easily. You have to know the difference between a talent and a gift. A talent will give you a wonderful career, but a gift, hey, a gift is something that you are born with, what you are made for. It's your calling. To find your gift, you have to ask yourself, you have to take yourself back to your childhood and find out what you enjoyed. Why? It was the beginning of the opening of your lotus, darling dear, blooming in that dirty, muddy waters. Once you find that, darling dear, you will find your gifts and you will find your calling and you will get on that road and you won't look back. You won't look to the left or the right because they will fall beside you, darling dears, and try and drag you down into that drudgery of yesteryear where the big cat cannot be found. You are missing in action. AWOL, without consent from a bottom-feeding bottom feeder. The prime example of that is how people, you can't judge, right, a gift by the contents of the box. The best one I can have, which we all know, is Susan Boyle. Remember, she won I think it was the X Factor. Oh no, Britain's Got Talent in 2009, darling dears. Everybody was ridiculing her when she came onto the stage with her funny hair and her unibrow, right? Until she opened her mouth. Every mouth was shut and every eye was open. Don't let nobody tell you what your gangster is, darling dear. Don't let nobody force you to hide your talents under a bushel. I say what? They're on the field. Come off the field, blood, and go into the barn, where you will find the Most High, Father God, as we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers and spirit guides, from Kitha to Malkuth. Namaste! Energies, up, big cat, up. I insist as we unpack these peccadillos. Baby, listen. Today is the what? The 21st. And fortunately for us, it's Venus Friday, where we jettison into our spiritual baths as we read Psalms 91, Psalms 121, Psalms 51, darling dear, and then double down with a quick Proverbs 31:10. Your runestone is a fellow, darling dear, for completion and beginning of a new cycle. Yes, baby, this is the world card in tarot, represented by the letters F and O, the numbers 84, 85, 86, and 87. It speaks about an inheritance. Somebody's about to get what? Bossed up in the cranium, darling dear. Has an epiphany. Goes off in your mind, darling dear. There you will know that you are on the right path, the one that is guided by the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. They wanted you homeless and on the rocks of life, begging them for their time and energy. I think not. Well, guess what? They're beating at the door of your barn, trying to come in to see if they can pick up what you've got going on, when what you've got is in you, big cat, not on you. I've told you this all along. You have what it takes. You have the je ne sais quoi. And you know how to what? Bend the matrix. Once you focus, darling dear. Focus. Some of you are still in the alcohol, still smoking the Bob Marleys. Nothing wrong with that, darling dear, if it's for recreation. But if you're going to it on a daily basis, you are dampening down, right? Your pituitary gland, darling dear. You're blocking off your intuition and discernment. You've got to let it go. And the best time to let it go will be at the what? Partial solar eclipse, new moon in Scorpio on the 25th of October, darling dears. I'm telling you, if you want to pack up a habit, if you truly want to let the Most High into your life, use that date, right? Write it down on paper and burn that shiznai. Send that message into the ether, straight up to Kitha, so they can what? Take you off the docket, blood. You don't want to get the hammer on you. Oh, fellow darling dears, ending of a cycle, an unwelcome ending for some. But guess what? Sputnik hasn't forgotten you as you continue to make the wise choices, choosing individualism over what? Pack mentality. Who wants to be amongst the horde, where you're all thinking the same, doing the same, and all sleeping with each other? Some of you don't even know that they're sleep. Listen, we're not going to digress. This is a positive day. As I was saying, we have the world card, the runestone 21. Today is 21. 21 is a magical manifesting number, just like number 8. But baby, this is very important for you. The world card represented by Earth, Saturn, as well as the fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. It talks about a guidance, darling dear, to a fresh start, one that is seated in knowledge. I told you all the time, big cat. Me don't tell you already. Knowledge is power, and power is power. Fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely, darling dears. I love it. I don't hate it. I love it. Right. We're going to go with the gods and goddesses to get your ancestral message before we push off and see what's going on with you guys and where we need to what? Dot our I's and cross our T's, big cat. Base of your deck. Ignite your passions. I can't make it up. We're taking this one. The fire guardian. Fire Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It tells us what? You have to tap into your internal energy and powers in order to what? Ignite your creativity. This will give you the inner strength, darling dear, to get what you need while the going is good. The going is always good when you have the Most High at the head of your table. It doesn't matter what they say, darling dear. Let the naysayers laugh at you and call you crazy. They're only calling you crazy because you chose to go into the barn and come off the field. Now all you do is win. And they can't understand it. They, them, and Well, we don't care about them. They're full of what? Yes, baby, all of that. There's a lot of cars trying to fly past me, but the one that fell on the floor is the one for you, big cat. Impartiality. This also reminds me of what the judgment, the justice card in tarot, darling dears. This is about you balancing out, weighing out the pros and cons of a situation, understanding that the sword of truth must be in the center, darling dears. The truth. Tell the truth to yourself in every situation. You are a big cat and you've got the badass alchemist ways. We have moved from what? Asking people what's going on to reading their energy, blood. And I'm telling you, the energy is murky, dismal, and full of what? Destruction, darling dear. This is about you finding the balance in your life. Tell the truth to yourself. Take the time to reflect. Divine is about to give you what? Opportunities. When you see an archway on the card, this is a doorway for a new beginning. But Divine is giving you two paths. Choose the white road. I nearly said the right one. Yes, baby. And something about the right, on the right. Well, you're right on this card. This is showing us the light of enlightenment, darling dear, understanding. This will bring the balance into your life. Remember, I told you that. Be impartial, darling dear. We don't argue, we don't fight, and we sure as she's naive, right? Don't double back on ourselves. Let's get the cards. This is the book if you want to follow it. Follow it up and procure it. Follow my link in the description box below to my Amazon storefront, and you shall be the happy owner of said oracle cards. Right, let's get to the guardians. The fire guardian is on page 100. Isn't 100% is what you want to get for what? Any examination taken? All right. 100, darling dear, it goes down to a 1. The meaning of the 1 is what? A new beginning. It speaks about the opportunities and your potentials, darling dears. The potentials as you continue to what? Get to it in the barn. I'm not going to read it all, just a little bit. I will show you it so you can screenshot it and read it at your leisure or leisure. Right. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. Connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful, the extended message. You are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual sexual connection. Who's in a union? Not me, blood. I told you I paid my knees. It's been what? Over 4 years now. Yes, baby, me pay my knees. I didn't want to be infected with madness, darling dear. I had to sort out my own cranium, and it was a metaphor for me going into the barn. Let me tell you something. It wasn't easy, but it's so worth it. Knowing that me rules me. Me makes the right decisions. Me being the protector and provider for me. You can do it too, big cat. Once you go into the barn, all you do is win. Listen, my body temperature needs to allow me, yeah? Because these hot flushes is something else. I'm sweating like I've just come from a mile run. Gone past the perspiration. Now, what's going on here? Nay wants to get involved. Listen, if the back gets involved because I'm sweating, it means it's me that's getting... No, I'm not beating me. I'm not doing it. I've done it already when I had to slap the shit out of myself. When I was in the beginning stages of the barn, darling dear. I had to slap myself crying over people that rendered me and put me on the rocks of life, gave me this and that. and then told me I was a dummy bat, and I agreed with them for nigh on 50 years, guys. Half of 100. It doesn't matter when the lights switch on. When it switches on, you get what? 1, 2, buckle your shoe, and you hit that door, and you don't look back, big cat. Don't look back, and you bring no one with you. Why? They will make you backslide into what was. Why? Madness is like the 12 monkey mind. It infects you. It will infect you. Don't know what's going on with this music. Yeah. I'm not angry with you. I'm not. We haven't quite broken up yet today, darling dears. But we'll always be friends by the ending of the read. Stand assured. Right, let's get a deck. We're going to go with... Is it missing? Hold on a minute. I was going to use my original Rider-Waite deck, but I took that with me into my boudoir yesterday, and I'm not going to get it. Look! I can't make it up! We've got a throuple, darling dears. Today's the 21st. You just got the rune, right? And now you have it on the cards, darling dear. World card, a new beginning. As I said, it's Earth and Saturn energy, as well as the fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Fixed means what? Be persistent and stubborn as you're in the barn, organizing what you need to organize, right? Yes, you prefer the known, darling dear, right? And it's hard for you to change, but change is what you're here to do, darling dears. If you're not evolving on a daily basis, there's something going wrong in your life, darling dears. The fixed signs is represented by the 5, the 6, and the 7 in the minor arcana in tarot, darling dears. Everything's connected, and Divine wants you to know what? That this energy is what? Dependable. You can depend on the Most High, darling dear, to take you through any kind of what? Hockey sticks at dawn. Hockey sticks at dawn. Let's give it a good shufti. The first question we go and ask is, why did you have to go into the barn? Because you was dealing with what? The devil's strongest workers. You saw Temperance do a full cartwheel. This is Sagittarius energy on its face. This is drinking, drugging it up, partying it up, wasting your time, your energies on situations that was going nowhere fast. Blood, bra, or sistrine. This is why you had to go into the barn. Because you was not connected to your higher self. You was not listening to your intuition. You didn't even know what it was. You was listening to what? The understanding of feeble-minded, dull-eyed ones that are simpletons, bound for what? The spiritual short bus. You had to come off of that, darling dear. Let go of all of the principalities and obstacles that was keeping you stuck in a situation that was not good. It doesn't matter what age that epiphany and that bell rings, darling dear. When you get that sign to leave Shiznai alone, you drop it and you run. Tinky Winky styly, darling dears. Yeah, you had to. You was among the unanointed. Those that were what? Stuck in their what? Materialistic mind. In their lower root, reverse root chakra nature, darling dears. Those that like to what? Come through and bleed you with soul ties. The Jezebel spirits of it all, darling dears. This is why I keep telling you, darling dears, your birth natal chart is so important. It's got everything in there. If you want to know what life you are meant to lead on this Malkuth, darling dear, look at your 1st, your 5th, and your 9th house. If you want to know about your Skrilla.com, darling dear, the 6th, the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th house. If you want to know about the relationships and how to handle them around you, you'll find the information in your what? Your 3rd, your 7th, and your 11th house. If you want to know about your psychic abilities, your gifts, darling dear, you go to what? The 4th, the 8th, and the 12th house. Your most important issues, you will find it in the what? This is your version of the cardinal, okay? The angular, you'll find it in the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th house. To find out the most your success, where you will find success, you go to your 2nd, your 5th, your 8th, and your 11th house, right? And if you want to see where your weaknesses are, where you have to be what? On your P's and Q's, mate, and paying attention, you go to the 3rd, the 6th, the 9th, and the 12th house. All right. So you have to come away from the unwashed, darling dear, the feeble-minded, those that would have you on the hamster wheel, on the rocks of life, looking for a clue from them. You had to fire up your intention and become impartial in order to break that cycle, darling dear. It wasn't easy. And some of you, it was a what? Sexual soul tie that kept you in a situation past its sell-by date. Nothing like being stuck with a dummy bat who's doing battedness. Where is the big cat currently now? Once they realized they had to come off the field and go into the barn. Changes, Black. This is your cut-off game. It was for the gods. You had to cut off so many things. People, places, and things. And you were sorry. Because this is family members. This is childhood friends. It could be a lover, a husband, a wife, whatever. Even progeny, darling dear. It was the sudden change of it all. Why? Because you came off the field and went into the barn. Notice, this is major arcana. Divine is a hand in this read. All of that sudden change. The tower moment, darling dear. The tower is represented by fire, Mars, and Uranus. Uranus is the rebel, darling dear. This is where you rebel. It's about you what? Leaning into your individualism. Uranus rules what? Aquarius. Aquarius is the 11th house. The 11th house is the house of friends and groups. You had to leave those groups behind. You had to. It wasn't easy. But did they miss you? Yes. They missed you being a dubbing bat. And they would love you to be in that position again so they can soak it to you without the Vaseline, Black. I had to change up my table. Sometimes I get fed up of looking at the same thing, don't you? What does the big cat need to pay attention to at this moment in time? Backsliding, darling dear. This is 8 of Swords. Being caught up in the details. You don't worry about the details. I told you, we don't focus on the problem at hand. We focus on the issue. We pray. We ask at night time before, just when you're dropping off to sleep. This is when you're going into your what? Subconscious mind. This is where you can organize and what? Tell your subconscious what you want to manifest in your life, darling dear. You have to be a student and you have to be diligent. Page of Swords tells you about that. Right? This is also about the ruminating thoughts. Pay attention to you what? Thinking you're doing things wrong. You are not. From you've come off the field and gone into the barn, right? You saw the immediate sudden change in your life. Peace that can't be bought or bartered. You're not wasting your money or your time or your energies, right? Choosing wisely what you do with said time and energies. Divine doesn't want you to get caught up in the what? The details. But be assured that you continue to be a student of life, listening to your higher mind. You will get what you truly deserve. The only person that is trapping you at this moment in time is you. And the thoughts that you are allowing to what? Run rampant in your cranium. Remember I told you that. This is all about your intellect. When you see the swords, darling dears, air energy, it's about the knowledge that you are about to acquire or have been acquiring. It's about you using that intellect as you set your intentions. And I told you the best time to set your intention is when you're on your core ball, right, listening to your binary beats, right, or whatever it is that takes you there, or just before you fall asleep. You say it with conviction like you already have it. You don't ask for something, you command it into your presence and expect it to come, darling dears. Pay attention to your thoughts and don't let them lead you to what? When we see the page as well, things of the past, because you have to be a child and that's in the past before you become an adult. Pay attention to your thoughts, my dear big cat. Let's get a tiny card. Why must they pay attention to their thoughts? And this is about following your plans, darling dear. Traditionally, the 7 of Swords is about you, what's somebody, a sneaker, a liar, a cheater. It's also about what? Ruminating thoughts. This is about avoiding responsibilities, but you're not avoiding them, darling dear. I see the impression that I'm getting today. This is you moving away, avoiding what? Certain catastrophes. This is you coming out of a dark period, darling dear, and you're holding on to the five of swords. What do I tell you what that is? Washing your face like David. And it's also what? The washing of your mind as you get into your higher mind. As a student of life, darling dear. I told you, Big Cat, you are the one that has been chosen to win. And all you do will win once you can control your thoughts around subjects in the past. How about that for an epiphany? Listen, don't let your mind run rampant. When these thoughts come up, you question them. Question them. Thoughts that tell you that you're ugly, you can't do a job, you can't do it because you're what age. Listen, I've always been into occult, esoteric things, darling dears, but I was afraid because of the groups I was around. They're always saying that you're following the devil. No, blood. If you're following, why would God give you a gift that you can use if it's from the devil? It don't make sense, blood. It don't make sense. And I'm not going to go into that ruminating thought because it will be taking me back onto the field. If you've got it, you use it, darling dear. It's your divine gift. Don't get caught up in the Kool-Aid. And don't share your new intentions and your new life with backward sliding bottom feeders. Not everybody deserves to know the contents of your mind. Because why? They'll try and work out your next move so that they can bring the tower down on you, darling dear, in whatever version of tower they want to give you. So what is the Big Cat focusing on? What do they need to clear from their mind? Tell us, because we want to know. These cards are all jiggity. Look. More swords energy. Different opinions and ideas that are put on you. Things that you saw, things that people said to you, darling dears. You need to pack that up and blow it on the wind, darling dear, like fodder. This is about moving. Some of you have come from a whole mental breakdown because of what you went through in the past. But as you let go of certain situations, the lies that you were told, the lies that you tell yourself, darling dear, you will understand Shangri-La is within reach as you continue to reside in the barn, darling dear. Where what you do in the barn? That's right, my dear Big Cat. You win. All you do is win. What's that, Bonita? Yes, baby. You got the 6 G's. God, growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude, darling dear. Gratitude. You just heard the bell. Confirmation. Base of the deck. Once you can control your mind, darling dear, right? This also represents to me the barn. You will be happy. This is about like-minded souls. You will send out that signal into the hemisphere, and the true divinely guided soul tribe will appear. But you have to, in order to get this 1111 fade, you got to get your mind right. You've got to be in a situation to realize that you have what it takes to get whatever you want on this Malkuth. Divine just told you, you'll be gifted with the 1111 fade, whatever that is for you. What is your deepest desire? I was about to say the attitudes of others. Look. They're lying fools and bottom feeders. They'll bring you to the brink of madness, right? This is people that took a risk by telling you certain things. They believed that you would live with it, darling dear. But you chose you in a situation. You saw the lies and you put your eyes up to the heavens, darling dear. Paid attention to your spiritual downloads. To leave the gossiping behind. That is the root of all evil. Loud people. If somebody's coming to you as a merchant of slander, don't sit down and listen to what they're saying, because you have to remember, karma don't care who it come for. Because if you sit and listen to gossip, in some cases you're forced to make some kind of input into the don't do it, Big Cat. There's going to be many along the way that is going to try and take you off your path, your divinely guided path, with lies, subterfuge, and bull swanky. And they're not firing on all cylinders, mate. Why? That's so, darling dear. It's not good in the reverse. Don't pay attention to gossiping. Louder with the gossip here. The same ones that are gossiping, darling dears, their life is Guantanamo Bay. Built with what? On quicksand, with used toilet paper, as lightning is about to strike it. Remember I told you that, big cat? They are liars. Psalms 55:23, and they're going down blood. Don't go with them, big cat. You take that leap of faith. You take that chance on yourself. Take that chance on yourself. These are ones that will gamble and risk you, darling. Their swords in the reverse. They will lie and they'll do anything to scupper your greatness and take you off the path. Let's give it another shufti. This came out. What did I say? Listen, I can't make it up. These are people that are bound in addictions, sexual addictions, drugs, money, whatever it is, darling dear. These are the ones that are paying attention to you, darling dear. This is the life they're living. That's not a life. It's empty. This is what they chose to walk into, darling dears, and this is the path they're still choosing to walk. Major Arcana, the Devil card, Capricorn. This is about being involved in a hedonistic life. Blame shifting and mean, bound to it, darling dear. And they would love to what? Scupper you again and bind you. Well, guess what? You're a dexterous cat and you've got 9 lives. You are Ibex of land and sea. Don't you know? Pinky's up. You can't pay attention to what's going on around you, darling dears, within other people's lives. It's none of your business. World card, cap that she's naive. Leave them where they are. The minute I hear that you're a Debbie Downer, I'm like, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. I'm gone. I'm gone. Because it doesn't work for me, blood. And it shouldn't work for you. And if you allow yourself to bring these people into your life, it may be someone from the past or it may be new people coming towards you. Because whenever you are about to get great, the devil is allowed to interfere. Will you be tempted, darling dear? The biggest tempter that's coming towards you at this moment in time, there's going to be an age difference, right? The Fool card is represented by Mercury as well as air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We already saw the balance of the impartiality on this card, darling dear. You have to be impartial in that situation. Don't commit yourself to a situation before you've examined it, right? Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And how do you do that? By praying, darling dear. By praying. You are not the what? P-R-E-Y. You are what? P-R-A-Y. Base of the deck. It's not going to work, darling dear. And you don't want your efforts to be scuppered again. You don't want to go backwards. None of us know the day, the minute, or the hour. Loud Pennywise son or daughter, yeah? What's the best next step for the big cat to take as they continue to what? Languish in the barn where they win. Keep it popping, darling dear. You also have some kind of a message or a meeting coming up. What did I say? Like-minded souls will find you, darling dear. You don't need to seek a friend. They will show themselves to you. Why? Because when you meet new people, darling dear, it's the level of conversation. And the one who is the most quietest in the room is usually the one with all of the intel, darling dear. Someone who is like-minded. What you are seeking is seeking you. Remember I told you that. Some of you are feeling extremely lonely at this moment in time. Because when you realize you had to go into the barn, you had to leave everyone outside. You have to remember, being lonely is the best position to be in. Why? Your mind is not being infected by those with their hedonistic life. Doing this and that, darling dear. You get a chance to what? Listen to your higher mind. Find out what you truly like. And what? Tap into your gifts. Your gifts. And if you're not sure, look at your North Node. What you're seeking is seeking you, darling. There's never you forget that. The caduceus, true balance. And it also speaks about some news about balance being brought into your life. What kind of balance? Let's get the tiny cards out. What is this? What's coming? Control, darling dear. Being able to control your environment. This is a new job, a new home, a new car. This also represents the keys to a new business, whatever it is. Once you continue to lean on your higher mind and your own understanding, darling dear, you'll be around people who know how to control themselves. In the reverse, this is somebody not quite right in their cranium, barking at passing cars, right? It could also be someone who is a functioning, because it's something tangible, somebody who's a functioning alcoholic, somebody who's a drug addict, but they managed to get the job done, somebody who's a liar, a time waster, a slacker, darling dears. But you're going to meet people who have control of everything. And you notice the biggest pentacale is at the crown chakra, darling dears. Somebody who is what? Divinely guided. We don't pick anymore because our pickers are broken. We wait until the Most High brings it to us. Then we have the opportunity to use our discernment, whether we want them to share in our energies. Because you've already been tabbed one too many times, blood. We've only just took the last knife out of our backs, blood. Betrayal, darling dear. But it's the Ten of Swords is about what? Coming away from it. Coming away from it with what? Knowledge, darling dear. And I always tell you, my big cat, knowledge is power. And power is power. I've got a lot going on here, you know. Yeah. Alright, let's move this over. Okay, let's carry on. Nearly went to that. Is there any obstacles on the big cat's path that they need to be told about at this moment in time? No, babe. You're all good in your hood. This is about you being focused, darling dears. This is about you being what? Emotionally on par with the Most High, because Divine wants to be the genie in your lamp. Your emotional desires will be fulfilled, darling dears, because what you are seeking is seeking you. And when you see the Eight of Wands, darling dears, it means incoming at a hot trot. So be prepared, darling dears. Be prepared. Whomever or whoever's is coming towards you is of sound mind. But again, nobody gets what? A chance to come in. We do the boosie badass. Am I going to have to lose it and break up with you again, big cat? I don't care. Everyone gets investigated. Timmy could be a backstabber. Claire could be the worst one you could have. Claire could be what? Little finger. Susan? If any of your names is that, I'm not picking on you. I told you I'm a pointer. Everyone gets interviewed. Divine wants to give you what you truly deserve. There is no obstacles except for any principalities you decide to what? Hang on to. Hanging on to pain, bitterness. Divine wants you to be a student of life, darling. The Page of Swords. All of this Swords energy. Unfortunately for you, it's Venus Friday. You can cut the soul ties every single day if you need to. But you do that shit. Do it before it brings you to the point of rigor mortis. That's at the point of death, darling dear. I've told you many times. It's not the destination, it's the journey. And I've been telling you the destination is Dodo dead, blood. Dead. Where there is life, you get a chance, darling dear. And Divine wants to gift unto you what you truly deserve. But you have to be like this after you spend so much time being like this. Base of the deck. Put your third eye on bitches and mitches, darling dear. It also speaks about plan, plotting and strategizing, but acting on plans. The Queen of Wands is about the occult. Some of you haven't got the Birth Natal Chart. And when you get it, you refuse to find out what it means. You break it down into chunks. You can break down each one and go on Pinterest if you need be. Or Google is your friend to understand it. Knowing thyself. Because you have opportunities coming towards you. The Queen of Wands is a natural born leader, darling dears. You was meant to lead the pack, but not a pack of jackals or hyenas, darling dears. Big cats. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. Queen of Wands, you know yourself, you know your worth, and you're looking fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. When you sit on the seat of knowing your worth, darling dear, you start looking like a prize to the wicked. And there is no get backs, darling dear. The past must stay in the past. There was no opportunity. There was nothing but lack, And what stumbling blocks, darling dear? And whom helped you with those emotions? Nobody. Nobody. This lady, she sent me an email and she was telling me about her best friend that's always been there through everything, darkness and all of this shizna in your life and in her life and whatever. So I said to her, if this person's been around and all these things have happened to you, don't you think it might possibly be this person that you're hanging with? Just because it's a smiling face doesn't mean that they wish the best for you, darling dear. Some people are there just to see you fall and to see you fail, so they can get on the balls of their feet as a merchant of slander, because they're coming with all of the fire, but they don't understand that the smoke is holy, darling dear. I just noticed. Absolutely love it. I don't hate it. What's that on it? It looks like clouds. I don't know. What do you think, Son and Big Cat? Can you see it? I don't know what that is on his body. If you know what it is, drop it in the comments. I will read it avidly. Base of the deck. The past can't come with you, darling dears. And it's about releasing past emotions. Letting it go. You're the Queen of Wands, darling dear. The Queen of Wands solves what she needs to solve. Why? She looks at everything from every angle in order to get the best possible outcome for her. And some of you are celibate. Can't you see you've got a cat watching your cat? Baby. Baby. What could be the possible outcome if they continue to focus on themselves, let go of these earthly what stumbling blocks of the alcohol, the drugs, the pharmaceuticals, the negative energies, right? The lack mentality. That was nothing but injustices in your life, darling dear. Major arcana or major arcana. Once they let go of that and continue to what? Act on those spiritual downloads. That little voice that tells you to go left when you wanted to go right. That little voice that tells you to launch a business. That little voice that told you to get away from them. They're the devil's strongest workers. Remember I told you that? The Queen of Wands in the upright, darling dears, is represented by fire as well as water energy. This speaks about you being nurturing, darling dear. It also speaks about what? Occult knowledge. Again, your birth natal chart, darling dears. Your snapshot of the Akashic record. I kid you not, it's the best thing that you will ever have. Hey! Lord have mercy for Jesus. Because weapons will continue to be formed against you, darling dears. There are many that still want to perpetrate injustices against you. This could be a husband or a wife, darling dear. This is somebody who is chopping it up in the streets about you, darling dear. Wishing bad things on you. Why? Because you chose to go into the barn, lad. What did I say? Because you are making the right choices. People don't like it. Well, they can lump it, darling dear, as long as they keep it outside the perimeter. Why? You've got free go-to moves, blood. Free go-to moves. And if you don't know how to defend yourself in hand-to-hand combat, go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video, where I teach you light kung fu and self-defense. They don't like it. Well, then, darling dear, as a steward of the grace of God, darling dears, you will always come up against stumbling blocks. People that want to test your boundaries, see if you want to be part of the pack. People that are disingenuous just to draw you in, darling dear, so they can bleed you for your everything. Loudon, yeah? Divine has gifted you with the Two of Cups. They must be left sad, sorry, and left behind. Remember I told you that? We see a bridge, darling dear, for this new beginning. A new beginning, which you are formulating in Keitha. I tell you all of the time, you have the badass alchemist ways. You can bring anything you want into existence. The universe is abundant and will give it to its most diligent workers. Work on you, know about you, and you, the whole of the universe will open up unto thee. This is how you understand the 369 of Tesla, the key to the universe, darling dears. And it also reminds me of what Einstein said. The epitome of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Allow that shiznai, darling dears. Wipe your face, right? Was it? Wash your face like David and turn around. Divine wants to gift you with the Two of Cups, a new beginning. Of what you're seeking, darling dear, is seeking you. But it's the balance that you continue to maintain as you're in the barn. Remember I told you that? Because once you are in the barn, darling dears, all you do is win. Any more messages for the big cat before we step off to go and get great? Because we've got things to do in the barn today. Your discernment and your intuition is your gift from the Most High, darling dears. Use it at all times. It's a muscle, darling dears. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Pay attention. Sometimes you feel it in your tummy, in your solar plexus, when something is not right for you. When the hairs stand up on the back of your neck, you know it's not for you. When something is going right for you and it's the right path, you'll feel a tightening at the crown, at your crown chakra. Remember I told you that. Pay attention to your body. It's a Geiger counter. What did you say, Slim Jim? It's gumbo weather in Louisiana? I would love to come to Louisiana. I would love to. Right? Is that where was Forrest Gump from? When he did that fishing with Bubba. Oh gosh, I love that show. You know what? I'm going to watch that again today. You know why? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But when you are a child of the divine and you realize your divinity and you stand up and claim dominion of yourself and take your what? Dummy bat self. Because you was a dummy bat. I was a dummy bat for 50 years. So I'm not picking. I'm pointing. When you take yourself off the field and go into the barn, big cat, the barn will open up everything for you. Anything you want. Because why? You've got the 6 G's. God, growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude. That your eye, your third eye, has been opened. And while you're in the barn, this is what you're going to be releasing. You were sent to break the pattern, the mold of what was. You are different to anyone in your family. No one is doing what you're doing. And to the extent, remember I told you that? They hate you because you're different. Well, guess what? They're going to have to suck it up with the straw as they sit on the plastic seats outside the door of their mud hut at 911 Freddy Krueger Avenue, 2 streets over from the loser lane in the district of the damned. You are breaking generational curses. Pat yourself on your back. Validate yourself. Always, big cat. The barn ain't easy and it's not for the faint-hearted. But it's so worth it. Let them come with their lies, darling dears. I said guy, Freudian slip, so it's a male. Let them come with their lies, darling dears. They're taking a gamble and a risk. Why? Your ancestors ain't having it, blood. They ain't having it. Your ancestors, right, was nearly on crack, watching you mess up your life until you went into the barn. Now, they are fiercest protectors. I told you, they are your security. Where is your altar? And some people are afraid to have an altar because, oh, someone might come in and think I'm doing this. I couldn't give a fiddly, fully matrix. I don't care. Not everyone's allowed to come into my domicile. And if you're coming into my domicile, me and you are of one accord. I've already done the what? The boozy badass. I've investigated you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Get your altar. There's a male that wants to lie to you, darling dears. What do you want to lie about? Look, succubi, incubi, they're evil and they need a health check, darling dear. I told you, the salt in the reverse, cognitive dissonance, crazy in their cranium. Somebody who sees your boundaries, the third house. The third house is what? Gemini. It represents siblings, so it could be a male sibling, right? That's chopping it up at your back, darling dear. Or it could be a partner. Somebody who sees you looking at like a whole snack when they don't realize that you're not a snack. You're the table, right? The invitations, the chair, right? The after dinner aperitif, darling dear. Remember the energies that are being sent your way. It's coming straight from the crevice of the devil's balls to try and interrupt your what? Get back game as you languish in the barn. And some of you need to go and get your health checked up. I don't care if you've not been with anyone. You can still get certain things going on and you don't want to leave it too late. Get your health checked up. Whether it's for females, you got to get your genitalia checked up, get your breasts checked up, get them checked. Your health is your wealth, darling dears. You have nothing if you don't have your health. Right? The Hierophant, your boundaries, keep your boundaries around siblings, friends, neighbors, somebody who wants to be neighborly, darling dear. They come in as what? An infiltrator to take you off your gangster. They've got the incubi, succubi energy on them. Yes, baby. Where's my shoes naive? Oh, here it is. Revelations 2:20, yeah? Jezebel spirit, yeah? And they are evil to the core, darling dears. So they will come tempting you into all sorts. Anybody that's coming to tell you about someone else, look at them. Why? You got a question. Why do they think you need to know that information? It's nothing to do with you. Final cards before we press on to get great, because it's a fabulous, gorgeous, lovely day. I'm going to use my rarely used deck. Final messages for my big cats as they continue to languish in the barn of infinite possibilities. 111 in the chat. Fist bump, manifestation mode. Oh, somebody needs to locate an object, okay? The first thing I saw was air energy. So it's at an upper level, above ground, somewhere upstairs, and it's near a window. If you've lost something, the first thing I saw was the air energy. Right, let's get another card. Yes, baby. They're underestimating you because you're in the barn, right? They see you as small, less important, right? They see you as lower and less than themselves. They see you as no challenge and simple-minded. More fool them, darling dear. More fool them. When people come in front of you, you're not by yourself. Your ancestral team are coming up behind you. Because you're living your purpose in the barn. Right? You're on point, continuing to use your discernment, research everything. I told you, we research everything and everyone. This is about what? Self-introspection and examination will give you your best life as you give back. This is what it's all about. This is a part of the law of attraction. Give back in any way you can. Use your skills and your gifts, darling dears. And no matter what, keep going. You don't look back. Right? Breakthrough is near. Eye of the storm, darling dear. Best place to be. Eye of the storm is where it's quiet, while the maelstrom is around you. Right? Eyes forward, never backwards. Remember what Abraham Lincoln said. Right? And if in doubt, keep heading out. Hey! With a full-on tinky-winky, darling dears. On that note, I drops me mic. To love to my Teesprings, to love to my Patreon. Oh, come back here. Please don't forget, darling dears, to like, subscribe and share these messages with whomsoever you feel needs it. And hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I'm kicking my way through these tarot streets again. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. You came off the field, big cat, and went into the barn. So now you have all of the tools, big cat. Use them wisely. Why? Because all you do is win, and not everyone is meant to go with you. Remember I told you that. You drop them like a bad habit, and you read their energy, big cat, and you pray on it. cat wave. Cat, cat.